Yes, I'm in a hotel again. I'm in Meta Connect, but I needed to bring you the news. The first story is the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, which I've had for a long time. The demo video, which was leaked earlier this week, shows what the future of Meta Ray-Ban glasses are going to look like. So you'll be able to talk to your AI will be able to see the world, it'll be able to hear the world, and it will be able to project things onto a clear screen that only you can see. It truly is incredible technology. Meta is definitely going all in on the glasses form factor, which makes a lot of sense given their history with AR, VR, and the Oculus. And if you've watched this channel at all, if you follow me on X, of course, at Matthew Berman, you know that I'm more bearish on the glasses form factor. But it turns out a third of the world wears glasses on a daily basis. Now, I can't imagine a world in which I'm wearing glasses all day, every day, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. We'll see. Okay, next, OpenAI's reasoning model just accomplished superhuman intelligence. It got a perfect 12 out of 12 score during the 2025 ICPC World Finals. Listen to this. The ICPC World Finals, the premier collegiate programming competition where top university teams from around the world solve complex algorithmic problems. This would have placed it first among all human participants. They had a 5-hour time limit in which they had to solve all 12 problems. These are the most difficult coding problems in the world. We received the problems in the exact same PDF format as humans, and the reasoning system selected which answers to submit with no bespoke test time harness whatsoever. For 11 of the 12 problems, the system's first answer was correct. For the hardest problem, it succeeded on the 9th submission. Notably, the best human team achieved 11 of 12. So they competed with an ensemble of general purpose reasoning models and did not train a specific model for this competition. They had both GPT-5 and an experimental reasoning model generating solutions. So there's maybe a new model coming, we'll see. And if you think this is just OpenAI tooting their own horn, listen to this. This is Scott Wu, CEO of Cognition. So insane, you guys have no idea how hard this is. And for those of you who don't remember, Scott Wu is basically a math genius. He was competing in crazy difficult math competitions at a very early age. So if anybody is to say how incredibly difficult this is, it's him. And just to wrap it all up, Mark Chen, Chief Research Officer at OpenAI, we wrapped up this year's competition circuit with a full score on the ICPC after achieving 6th in IOI, a gold medal at the IMO, and 2nd in the @Coder heuristic contest. The core intelligence of these models are incredible. They are more than enough. We just need to build the scaffolding now. And next, we have our first paper by Meta Superintelligence Labs. In this paper, they optimize RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. That is the system that allows AI to store information and to retrieve information from natural language documents. So give it all of your PDFs, give it all of your internal documentation from your company, and it can easily pull that context out of all that documentation, put it in the context window, and then answer any questions you have. So in this paper, they make RAG faster by swapping most retrieved tokens for pre-computed and reusable chunk embeddings called refrag. This method improves its speed by 30x and fitting 16x longer contexts without accuracy loss. This is just another feather in the cap of building incredible scaffolding for these models. And speaking of scaffolding, tool calling is an incredible part of that. And Zapier, the sponsor of today's video, has over 8,000 tools that you can call. Let me tell you about them. We use Zapier for so many automations at my company. Let me show you how we take a news story and convert it into a fully formatted social media post. The first thing we do is create a new record in Asana with just the URL of the news story. And then it automatically creates a record in Airtable, again, all through Zapier. Then we have 2 paths in Zapier, one for X and one for Instagram. We use ChatGPT to create a short headline based on the content of the article, Firecrawl to grab additional assets and information, and Banner Bear to create the header image for the story. And it will also put text on that image very easily. And then we take all of that and we push it to Buffer for publishing. All of this saves us a tremendous amount of manual effort, and it's all powered by AI orchestration by Zapier. This is just one of dozens of the different workflows that we use with Zapier. So if you want to try this out or other automations, it's super easy. I'll drop a link down below to Zapier. Check it out. Let them know I sent you by clicking the link. And thanks again to Zapier. Now back to the video. Next, AI chip builder Groq, Groq, has secured $750 million in new funding at a post-funding valuation of $6.9 billion. The funding round is led by Disruptive and includes BlackRock and Neuberger Berman, unrelated to me. The company will use the funds to expand its data center capacity, including new locations this year and next, according to Jonathan Ross, CEO, who I've interviewed in the past on this channel. And Groq plans to announce its first Asia-Pacific location this year. It seems like the overwhelming thirst for inference, for tokens, is unquenchable. Nvidia is selling everything they have. Grok is selling everything they have. Cerebras is selling everything they have. And so all of these companies are just spending as much money as they can building out this AI infrastructure. And I'm here for it. I'm so excited for all of this build out to happen. All right, next in the rumor mill, it seems Gemini 3.0 might be right around the corner. A keen eye by Liam. Breaking, Gemini 3.0 Ultra spotted in Google's Gemini CLI repo, committed 4 days ago. And take a look at this. Here it is in the repo, model Gemini 3.0 Ultra. So we'll see when we're actually going to get the model. Maybe it's going to show up as an anonymous model on LM Arena or somewhere else. And you know I'm going to be testing it out. So definitely, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe so you can see that when I drop it. He follows up with more on the Gemini 3.0 Ultra leak found in Google Gemini CLI main branch. Remember, Gemini CLI is open source. Committed 9/12/25. CLI prep means beta is near. I cannot wait. Next, there is a new state-of-the-art benchmark on the ARC prize. For V1, 79.6% at $8.42 per task, and on V2, 29.4% at $30.40 per task. Custom submissions by Gerber888 and Eric Pang. Both are open source. Use Grok 4 and implement program synthesis outer loops with test time adaptation. If you're not familiar with what that is, drop a comment below, and if you want me to explain it, just let me know. Now, the full blog post by Jeremy Berman, again, unrelated, weird that 2 times this has happened in a single video, but he explains how he was able to achieve it. And all of this is based on the kind of dream coder method, which basically, as the model learns things, it stores what it's learned, and then it's able to generalize from there. That is an overly simplistic way of explaining it. And of course, Elon Musk had to drop in and say something. He reposted with Grok 5 training starts in a few weeks, which is great news to hear. But what does Grok 5 actually mean? Is that just every time they do a major training run, they have to iterate on the version number? I don't know. Next, do you remember Google announced agent to agent? It was a protocol that allowed agents to communicate with each other. Now they have AP2, agent payment protocol. This allows 2 agents to transact with each other. So announcing Agent Payments Protocol, an open shared protocol that provides a common language for secure compliant transactions between agents and merchants. So not only can the agents actually pay each other, but the agent can pay different merchants as well. AP2 can be used as an extension of the A2A protocol and MCP. Learn more about how it works. And as you can see here, they already have a ton of partners lined up. So your agent is going to be able to pay for these services soon enough. So I see Adobe, Accenture, 1Password, Intuit, Red Hat, Salesforce, Okta. These are the biggest of the big names on the internet right now. And next, we're starting to get glimpses into what Fei-Fei Li, also known as the godmother of AI, has been working on at World Labs. So check this out. This is a 3D fully generated environment that you can play with right now. I'll drop a link down below. Now, they still have a wait list to be able to generate your own worlds, and all you have to do is load up a single image and it will generate an entire world based on that image. But again, it's still on waitlist. So get your name on the waitlist if you're interested in trying it out. But just from that single image, as you can see here, it is a massive world that has been generated, and you can traverse and navigate through that world to your heart's content. All the details are there. It is truly incredible. I cannot wait to see what they do with this technology. And next, Tongyi Labs has launched Tongyi DeepResearch. According to the post, first fully open source web agent to achieve performance on par with OpenAI's DeepResearch with only 30 billion parameters and only 3 billion of them activated. It demonstrates state-of-the-art results, scoring 32.9 on Humanity's Last Exam, 45.3 on Browser Comp, and 75 on the Xbench DeepResearch benchmark. Let's take a look. So here it is. Here's DeepSeek. We have Kimi, I believe that is, Gemini, OpenAI, and so on. And this is just performing so well. Humanity's Last Exam, Gaia, Frame, Simple QA, Browser Comp. So you can check out the benchmarks yourself. I'll drop a link down in the description below. And continuing, our Tongyi DeepResearch agent's capabilities are built upon a novel, automated, multi-stage data strategy designed to create vast and high-quality agentic training data without relying on costly human annotation. This seems to be the trend of really being able to scale up. You have to remove the human from the loop in the training and the reinforcement learning steps. So it's fully open source. You can download it right now and try it out. Again, I'll drop everything in the description below. And a quick thanks to Dell Technologies for sponsoring this portion of the video. Dell Technologies has a family of incredible laptops called the Dell Pro Max featuring NVIDIA RTX Pro Blackwell chips, which are portable AI workhorses. It comes in 14 and 16-inch screen sizes and up to 32 gigabytes of GPU memory, perfect for on-the-go AI workloads. Check them out, link in the description below. All right, next, in what seems like a no-brainer, Waymos are coming to SFO, that is San Francisco International Airport. Waymos I have fallen in love with, but one of the big problems is when you fly into SFO, you can't get them at the airport. So you're using an Uber, and then in the city, you can use Waymos. But now, according to the mayor of San Francisco, the airport has approved a pilot permit to begin autonomous rides. This rollout will happen in phases, and we'll keep you updated every step of the way until anyone can request a Waymo ride right from SFO. And if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, you may have seen Waymo's competition, Zoox, the company by Amazon, has been really going hard and testing their autonomous vehicle, very futuristic, all over San Francisco. And apparently GPT-5 Codex was much more popular than OpenAI ever thought. I feel like this is a recurring conversation we keep having. Every time OpenAI drops something, they're like, oh, we didn't think it was going to be so popular. And well, why not? It's amazing. And so it's much more popular, which means they actually had to slow it down. So Alexander Imbirikos, who runs Codex at OpenAI, says demand for GPT-5 Codex is higher than forecasted. We need to stand up more GPUs. In the meantime, Codex is running 2x slower than targets, working on fixing this ASAP. Now, remember when we were talking about tokens? Remember when we were talking about infrastructure build out? This is the reason we need it, and we need it now. The infrastructure investment is not slowing down anytime soon. Every time a new product launches, people eat it up, and that is only going to increase in velocity. All right, in the next story, I'm not sure how I feel about this. YouTube announced that they are rolling out the ability for creators to create YouTube Shorts with AI. The VO3 fast model is now going to be available in YouTube, and so you can easily just generate clips. And I feel a tsunami of AI slop coming to YouTube. And so it's going to be interesting to see how Google handles this. Some of these AI videos that have been created with VO have gone absolutely viral on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, but it's just once the novelty wears off, I suspect it's just going to be seen as slop. They're going viral now and people love them now because, again, it's novel. But at a certain point, we're going to need taste. Somebody's going to need to curate a great experience, a great video, a great song from all of the AI output. Next, Hunyan announces Hunyan 3D 3.0, featuring 3x higher precision, a higher geometric resolution, 3.6 billion voxel Ultra HD modeling for stunning details. What does that actually mean? Well, you can create 3D models. Creates faces with lifelike facial contours and natural poses, creating truly realistic high-fidelity models, precisely interprets input images to reconstruct complex structures using a layer generation strategy, and generates ultra-clear professional-grade details with enhanced texture, fidelity, and alignment for immersive, true-to-design visuals. So if you are a designer, if you are a creator, go check this out. All right, and in another example of humanoid robots blowing my mind, Look at this video. So not only are we seeing the robot be abused by a human, but the speed at which it gets up off the ground is really stunning. So it doesn't seem like we're that far away from really actually having a robot UFC type thing. And not a huge fan of kicking and punching all these robots, just in case they can actually remember these things and become sentient in the future. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.